Hey everybody, it's me, Maureen, from Massachusetts. Crafty Sky Lady coming at you, back again. What a wackadoodle few days I've had, people. I am not kidding you. And I will sit here and tell you all about it while what we're doing today is more sowing of seeds, indoors for the winter sowing, the jugs. I got to continue on with that. I've lost a few days. I'll tell you about all that. Sip of tea? Why not, right? Oh, that's good. That is some, what did they say? Coconut something or other. It's one of those specialty teas. And you put it in a little bag and then you scoop it up out of and you put it in there and all that jazz. Anyway. Yeah, one of those gourmet teas. It's very good. Okay. If my face looks a little puffy, that's because it is, folks. And why? Because I had to have a tooth pulled. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Story goes, if we back way up to when I was a young child, many moons ago, youngest of 4, parents didn't have much, so obviously there were no fancy trips for preventive medicine in any way, shape, or form, and especially when it came to our teeth. And I can remember the first time I ever saw the inside of a dentist's office was back in the 60s. And I had to be between 9 and 11 years old. And I had a wicked toothache. Wicked. I can remember that. And I can remember taking little bits of pieces of aspirin. Someone told my mother, and putting it in my tooth just to deaden that pain. It was so bad. So she finally made an appointment down in Greenfield. We lived up on the Mohawk Trail. And she takes me down to a dentist, I remember, near the YMCA on the Main Street, the upper end of Main Street. And the doctor's name, I remember that too, was Dr. Johnson. So at that time, they put you under a gas mask. The little kid, that's kind of scary, you know. But I remember doing that. Okay, so it seemed like no time they were waking me back up. Obviously, you don't remember being out like that. So, but the idea was my mother was prepared to pay for one tooth coming out. Well, in his professionalism, he saw a couple others back there that were ready to go too. And he told my mother, he pulled 3 that day. And he told my mother that you'd be back here in a few weeks or a month, but they're ready to go. Needless to say, with her budget and her finance, she was not thrilled, but that's the way it was. He pulled 3 of them. So I come home with all the gauze and everything, and I endured all that. And, you know, like I said, I was a kid, so I don't really remember the pain being as bad as what I'm experiencing now at my senior age, because the pain, I had one tooth pulled, but it was one that, well, let me tell you about the story. So in my older years, I do see a dentist regularly and get my cleanings, and I have dental insurance, and I go through Humana, and I go to First Advantage Dental in Greenfield, my neck of the woods. Okay. Well, lately, I was scheduled to have a filling in this tooth months ago, but between their office having issues or me having something going on, a cold or something, the appointment kept getting waylaid. And one of the reasons I had made an appointment back that many months ago was because I was having a toothache. So And so, let me just decline this. Supposedly I have an incoming call that I don't want. I'll tell you about that story too. So anyway, for a filling, and so they had me on the books for a filling, and I needed another 6 months cleaning at some point too. But the filling was my priority. But again, the last scheduled appointment I had to cancel for some reason, cold or something. So anyway, now the toothache comes back, and it's bad. It was bad the last couple of days. My whole face hurting. Okay, so I called the dental office to get that filling going, and they have no dentist. They only have one dentist, and it's a woman, and she supposedly hurt her hand, so she was out of commission, and they did not know when they were going to get another dentist. So now they're referring people from Greenfield, another, good half an hour away, to Amherst. I know Amherst a little because I used to do a little bit of work there, so luckily I know my way around a little bit. But it's been a while because I don't go there now for anything. So anyway, I asked my husband to go with me, and they did get me in when I called that day. It was last Friday. So I called about 10 in the morning, and they said, "Can you come today at 3:20? Yes, I can. So we go down there. He comes with me, and he's not one to really go out much. So this is a big deal that he went with me. And I'm kind of glad he did because I was prepared for a filling. And when I got in there, and this nice young dentist and his assistant took a good look at it, and he said, that tooth has got too far gone with decay. We can't save it. And even if you were to go the route of thinking about, oral surgeon or implants and stuff, he said, I don't really see that a strong option for you. There's not much there to tie into. Wonderful. Well, all right. I signed the papers. Might as well pull it. And the pain was unreal. And being diabetic, I didn't want, to worry about infection close to the brain and all that. And I got, and I also have cataracts in my eyes from my most recent eye exam. Welcome to the senior years, people. Oh, good Lord. So anyway, with all of that, I signed the paper. I said, go ahead and pull it. Tell my husband. He's sitting out in the lobby. So they go out and tell him. So now I drove down there. So now he's got to drive back probably. Okay. So there's all that. So they pull it. And I have to say they were good. Whatever they did with the big needles getting in there and numbing, they were good. I did not feel much of anything, very little. And they had it out within no time. I was very impressed with that part of it. I really was. But they didn't do any stitches. It's, they left the hole there and left me with instructions of what to do. Well, that was Friday. And I had a leave in the house. I take a leave for arthritis and different pain stuff, a leave. So I was taking a leave. But I guess a leave is not really the anti-inflammatory that you want. And 2 or 3 days into this weekend, yesterday, more or less, I learned from my daughter-in-law, who is a dental assistant, this is what she does, she's been doing it for 25 years, that I should really be taking ibuprofen and ice it good. I'd been putting heat on it and a leave. So I changed up my remedy, and I have to say that does work. It was remarkable how it works. But my fear is I don't want to rely on days of ibuprofen, I'm hoping this subsides. Now today, I've taken the 2 ibuprofen this morning, and I did put some ice on it, and I'm good right now, but I can tell that it's probably going to get bad on me, but a lot of the swelling has gone down, thank the good Lord. And now, going back to my days of a child and having them all pulled, obviously, I don't have a lot of teeth back there. And this one had evidently really turned way in. So the tooth that they pulled was literally almost sitting sideways anyway, which was a nuisance. And a lot of the receding gums, which that's what you're getting. Oh, wonderful. So anyway, folks, I had the tooth pulled, and I'm dealing with the pain, and it's extensive. I would not, and like I said, I'm not one to take a lot of meds if I can help it, and pain stuff. You don't want to, get addicted to pain pills. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm also thinking that the ibuprofen is giving me a little bit of an upset tummy. Oh, wonderful. Oh, yeah. So, so one or the other. Luckily, I can still smile and laugh about it because it has been a hard few days, folks. So I did have my hair cut recently, but you wouldn't really know it. My hair grows awful fast. I wish my plants would grow like my hair does. Okay, so the number I declined, here's another wonderful story for you. Getting back to the book department. Oh, yes. I get calls daily, on the daily, from companies, this, that, writers this, writers that. Anyway, 99% of them, all of them, 100% of all the calls that I get lately end up being all on the writer beware list. Victoria Strauss and her writer beware, they're all on there. Do I want to entertain business with them? No, I do not. And quite frankly, given one of my videos of them several months ago, if you watch that, all about my book experience, I'm not the prime candidate all excited to be talking to. I'm not the one they should be talking to, right? I'm really not up and up on really feeling good about any of these book people. And I've kind of put the whole book thing on the back burner. I'm into my eBay, and that's working for me pretty good, and I'm liking that. I'm staying the course with that. Okay. And my projects, my winter sewing, my jewelry. Oh, my jewelry's doing well, too. So I'm happy with that, right? Okay, so I'm sitting doing eBay the other day, about 4 or 5 days ago, and my cell phone rings, and it's a number I don't recognize, but it looked like a somewhat local number, 774 something, but the area code was off. I should have. But anyway, I answered it, thinking, might be somebody local that knows me. Well, it wasn't. It was this lady, and her name is Mary, interested in my book. # Leave Squirtyville. The book that I think is my best work, and I would love to get it out there and get it recognized, or maybe up on a big screen. What author doesn't want that, who's put work into a children's book or whatever? So I'm listening, and honest to God, she sounded convincing. She starts to tell me that I need to call my lawyer because I need to get it out of the self-publishing company that it's tied to right now, which is another company on Victoria's list, and I see no royalties. Oh, yeah. So, okay, well, I'll put a call in then. And all these other things I had to do, a big checklist. And then we would get down to talking about the global documents that I'll be signing, perhaps. But I did tell her, now wait a minute, slow down. Luckily. You're moving a little too fast for me. I said, this is all exciting and wonderful, and I want to believe it. I said, is this really true? Oh, yes, ma'am, it is. You've been chosen. You passed the test for Simon & Schuster, their screening. And then upon signing, and the second that you'll be seeing quite a bit of money in your pockets, in your bank account, come May, by May, this May. Really? And so anyway, I was hesitant to tell my husband, too, that I'm even talking with this lady because the word BLOK is a nasty 4-letter word in this household. It truly is on his side of things. So I take my notes, and I put a call into my attorney because I've got to find an attorney who does intellectual property, whatever that word was. Okay. So I couldn't reach him, but I left a message. Honest to God. And I'm somewhat falling for this. I'm believing it because she was very convincing. And this is the call, right? That all authors want. And I heard that they will contact you, the big guns. That they will make some kind of contact to you. But I wasn't sure if it was phone call or in writing or an email, whatever. So I tell her, she calls back twice now on that given day, really rushing me along. I didn't like that part of it. That was a kind of a red flag. So I told her about my recent scam and how I've got to be careful, and that this all sounds wonderful. However, I need a little time. I put a call into my attorney, so she says, okay, well, I'll call you tomorrow at such and another red flag. She claims to be in New York. Well, I'm Massachusetts, so that's all New England, right? So why she ask me what time zone I'm in? That was a red flag too. So anyway, I'm thinking about that one, and I thought, well, okay, I'm gonna go on Simon and Schuster, and I did ask her to send me an email or the language that Simon and Schuster sent her. I wanted to see it for myself, and her answer was very vague. Another red flag. Something about privacy, and they can't do that. That's not how they operate. Well, yeah, of course. So anyway, I leave off with her, and I go to town researching Simon and Schuster. And guess what? I get to their fraud page. Since COVID-19 and the scammers, running amok, they did a fraud page, and they had all what to look out for, but bulleted, ba-boom, ba-boom, this. And this company met all that criteria to a T. So I and my husband I finally did share it with him, and he said, it sounds too good to be true. It's probably a scam. And I didn't want to believe it, but people, you have to understand, I'm type 2 diabetic. Things like this get me in a tizzy. I was crying over this one, another one. Really, my heart sunk again, on the couch, on my back. I can't deal. It makes me tired. I get overwhelmed with all of this, taking in all this stuff so much. Is it true? Isn't it? Am I being scammed? Calls into my attorney. Come on. So anyway, and I wasn't going to entertain any more of this. So luckily for me, I looked up Simon and Schuster, that fraud page, and I decided, oh boy, there we go. Called my attorney's office back and said, disregard any call. He doesn't have to call me back. And I just see her number coming up and I decline it. And I would think that she's getting the message by now that I'm not doing business with that lady, because you know what they want? The next part of it was to get my banking information, because that's where my payments have to go, right? My big, wonderful $350,000 that I'll finally see in, I don't know, several months. Wowza. So guess what? There's another one that can go take a you-know-what. Sorry, folks. That's how I feel. Anyway, that's what happened to me. Awful. They are out there, and they are everywhere. I don't even know how they're getting my cell phone number unless it's listed. It must be on my website or I don't use it must be, or it's in my book. I guess I did put it to contact, on the back of my book. Well, there you have it. So I've had a tooth pulled and I've been scammed. Isn't life wonderful? Oh, yeah. So now let's do winter sewing, okay? Maybe I can get something to truly, genuinely, from my heart, smile about. Right? All right. Well, let me have my tea. Anyway. I miss my little one. I haven't seen her since our birthday is in the end of January. Anyway, got seeds, bought more seeds. Earlier, prior to getting on here, I prepped some more containers, jugs. They just need to be cut and filled and taped up and labeled. So we got all the stuff to do that. So I'm ready. So I've even got my soil. I'm going to shut this fan off. I had that on because I was a little cool out here. But that's because and I got my trusty, wonderful, not so wonderful looking apron on. I got my water. And I'm going to turn this down here. I got water in it, so it's nice. Look at that nice soil. See it? You want your soil to be good. Yeah, I gotta hang up the whole book thing. It's not happening. And boy, they're very convincing, folks. Shame on them. These people don't know how to get a real job. Alright, so I'm actually getting excited about spring. Oh, I need to see green in any way, shape, or form. Including the lottery, right? Oh, my husband's a scratcher. We both are. We like to play a scratch ticket or two. That's fun. Really? Be alright. Now, these are from the dollar store, a lot of these, so I don't know how well they're gonna do, but carrots I'll do. I wanna do some coleus. I might be doing them over there. Let me get some coleus. How many coleus? Got a couple of them. I got a bunch of stuff. These are all flower. Oh, I got several, couple coleus. Okay, you know what? I want to do these beefsteak tomatoes. I think now's a good time. I think I did them too early. I think now let's give it a whirl with some tomatoes. I got some out there, but I want more. Okay, let's do that. All right. Oh, and I've got a cake container I will show you. And what I want to do with that is do some salad greens and put that right on my porch. What do you think, folks? Yeah? All right. So anyway, I wrote to Victoria Strauss to let her, to get more info from her end of things about this company. And she, too, got right back to me and said, that company is a scam, very much like the transmedia agency that scammed me last summer, 2 summers ago. That is, yeah. So here we go. I'm going to get this nice soil in here. I've got my jug all ready. Holes in there with the soldering iron. wood burning tool. I gotta get back to making more jewelry too. And I got some nice pieces that my husband did for me. Ah, nice. All right. Okay, got these open. They say to put about 9 seeds in there. 1/4 inch depth. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay. You see it, folks? 1, 2. I'll take the end of this. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Okay, there's 9 seeds in there. All right. Nine seeds in there. And what we're gonna do is good enough. There we go. Okay. That is good. Yay! Yay me, right? Make a little spike in my tab. And I got more, I did order some more of those paint pens. Thank the good Lord, right? And I have some butternut squash seeds coming from Amazon. And I will probably start a couple indoors, but I will maybe, both direct sow. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I've never grown it, and I love it. I make a great squash soup, and I wanted to try that. So these are big beef. Oh. And what's today's date? I know Friday's the 10th. 8/3/8. I put 9S, which tells me that's 9 seeds, big beef. And I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put this. 2 leaves. I know what tomato leaves look like anyway, so see if I can the other one. Big beef. And today's date is 3/8. Okay. Big beef. I had to buy 9 seeds. 9S means 9 seeds. I don't want to write the word seeds. Okay. Alright. We'll get that taped up. I'm loving the group on the winter sewing group on Facebook, the internet, with Cheryl Mann, M-A-N-N. What a nice group of people. The ladies, most of them are ladies, some men, but it's just a very knowledgeable group. Some of us are still learning, and they're just kind and considerate and full of knowledge, and oh, I love it. They share what they know. It's nice. So go that route too, people. Let's see if I can get this out of here. I don't want this to get messy. Look at that. My fault. It is not gonna work for me. Come on. Wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, come on. Really, guys? Alrighty then. This ain't wasted here. There's some of that maybe. Let's see if I can fix it and then put it back on. Nope. Well, maybe what we'll do is just put some of it on and wrap around the other. I'll put more over it anyway. And we'll put more on. So, I hope everybody that's, all my subscribers are doing well and you enjoyed watching me go through my crazy days, and that you're telling your friends to join in, because this is my year. And I do want to do some videos where I'm literally talking more about my eBay and showing you what I got on, maybe what sold. As I grow my business, I'm eager to do a little bit of that with you. And of course, getting outside in the bottle area, getting my gardens going will be fun. And I also have a lot to do out there, because my gardens have to get done over differently this year. Okay, so here's one photo. This is the big baby made of. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Put this one down here. And on the cover. Okay. Now another. Ooh, clean up my mess. Oh, we don't want that. Oh no. Oh, that's flowers. I don't want to get that wet. No, that can't happen. Get it out of there. Sorry, folks. talking to myself. Make it a little bit of a mess here. Yeah. Okay. I do. Luckily, I always have towels and bags nearby. All right. I got rubbish and everything nearby. Okay. Let's go on to... a lot of these are flowers because I really want to get going with flowers too. Now, I'm going to do a thing with bachelor buttons. I love them. And I really don't have a lot of luck with them, but every year I try them. I think I grew some. Boy, these seeds are little too, aren't they? And 1/4 of an inch. Okay. I'll try my pen again, but I doubt it. I'm getting hungry. Bachelor button. Okay, folks. Been fun. I won't bore you with any more of my winter sewing, but that's what I'm doing. And I got more to do over. I want to try some under the grow lights too, you know. And then get back on my eBay, which is actually doing pretty good. I haven't had a sale for a couple of days, but that's okay. I've been kind of under the weather anyway. Stuff is on there. I'm just under 150 items. And the other day, I had 4 really good sales in one day. I'll take that too. So we got those out, and I got all good feedback. So I'm liking this. I'm working this, and you know, it's not fast, big bucks constantly, but it's a nice flow and movement of my store, which complement me, I believe, in my efforts, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, I'm going to keep going with this. It's fun to work from home. It has a lot of perks. So, yeah, I'm going to keep it up. Yep. So anyway, the jaw's hurting a little. I got to work a few things out here, and I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing if that's you know, something you did recently or are thinking about. Come back and join me. We have a lot of fun. I'm always up for a good story, right? And a joke or two. And we'll be working on my jewelry. We'll be doing things I do. Like I said, I do want to eventually do, maybe from my dining room, but I want to do kind of an eBay thing too. So we'll do that. But and as we get outside, we'll be doing stuff from the bottle area as well. So that'll be fun. So anyway, thank you guys. I hope that until we meet again, I certainly hope the universe provides. I really do. Thank you now. Bye-bye.